Hi, this is Joanne with Stuff to Discuss, and I am here at the Fantasia Comic-Con in Indio City, California. And we are here to check out some comics, some folks here that is loving their arts and writers of certain books, and also hip-hop artists like, DMC. And we'll see if we can get an interview with most of these people and just check it out. So stay tuned. Hi, this is Joanne with Stuff to Discuss, and I am here with the man of most man, and his name is
DMC, in a place to be with a lot to discuss.
See, look with him. Look at this. He fly right now. All right, well, what brings you here?
Well, I'm not here for Coachella.
Ooh.
So that means there's no music stuff going on. The reason why I'm here in the city of Indio is because I have a graphic novel comic book that I put out.
Oh, nice. Well, how long this been going on?
3 years ago, I was encouraged by two good friends to put out a comic book because I went to a music meeting.
Okay.
And I was meeting with Riggs Morales. Big shout out to Riggs Morales and Shady Records.
Okay.
The big kingdom my man Eminem built.
Nice.
And before the music meeting, he was like, "Yo, I usually don't fan out," just like your husband said.
You don't fan out.
Like a fan,
but they do.
But you DMC. But and he used those words. He was like, "Yo, but DMC was like a superhero to me."
Oh, okay.
With your music and the way you look, and I was like, "What?" And he asked me, "What was it like when I was a kid?" And I was like, "Well, I went to Catholic school my whole life, and all I did was read and draw comic books."
Oh, okay.
And when I said comic books, he was like, "Comic books?" I was like, "Yeah, comic books." He said, "Comic books?" I said, "Yeah, comic books." We sat there and we talked about comic books for 3 hours.
Wow.
I told him I was a huge collector. I used to buy the books, draw the covers, and draw the characters. That's all I did.
Right.
From stick figures to tracing paper. By the time I was in 3rd grade, I didn't need tracing paper anymore.
Oh, wow. You just won it.
That's all I did. And, I came from a generation where all the educators was like, don't let the kids read comic books. They need to read their textbooks and workbooks, which is true.
No,
but they
true.
overlooked the fact that I was reading every day. So I was a straight A++ student. 5 and 6 stars on the forehead, always on the honor roll, holding up the little piece of paper.
Yeah.
So comic books made me an excellent student.
Okay.
But it also did something else.
Okay.
It set me up to become the mighty king of rock once Reverend Run put me in his group.
Yeah.
So everything I was getting from comic books, creativity, pronunciation, language, and imagination, when hip hop came over the bridge from the Bronx, I was like, you could tell stories over music, and everything I was getting from the comic books prepared me for that.
See?
So,
hey, you'd be surprised how it comes together.
Yeah. It's not just the fact that I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you can't use fire, and I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now,
there you go.
I can rap all day.
Yeah.
But because I was reading and using my imagination, I was prepared.
Yes.
So now I go around to high schools and middle schools and talk to the kids about not being ashamed of their passion or their gift.
Gotcha.
Everything that is geeky and nerdy is the most powerful thing on the face of the earth that will not just change your life, you could change the world with it. So don't be afraid of your imagination. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed that you tap dance and take violin lessons and piano lessons. Being in a gang and selling drugs, man, that ain't gangster. Being a gangster is using your talent and your abilities to empower yourself along with the world. That's what hip hop is about. Everything that is in a make-believe world is our reality. And I always tell little kids, look at those words right there. What do you mean, Mr. DMC? Because I'm 52 now. They go, what do you mean, Mr. DMC?
Okay. Congrats.
So they go, what do you mean, make believe? Look at the words make believe. Make believe, make believe, make believe. You make the world believe it.
There you go.
And it comes true. Like I was just pretending to be the devastating mic controlling DMC, the microphone master. D's for doing it all of the times. M's for the rhymes that are mine. C's for cool as can be. And I wear contacts so I can see.
Yeah, see? So
I was just talking about stuff I really did.
Right.
That people was, oh, that's corny going to school. But there's a billion people that go to school. Think about it.
Okay.
So when you're not ashamed of the one thing you do that everybody think isn't the thing to do, when you speak with pride about who you are, what you are, no matter what that is,
so
you knock down walls.
Preaching it.
Back to the first question, the guy Riggs said,
okay.
D, you can do everything with a book that you've done with your music and more.
Okay.
And I thought about it, because with a book, you hold it in your hand.
Right.
You can read it over and over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's visual.
Right.
So you're getting a multi-sensory stimulation.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, yo, D, you can do everything you've done with your music, inspire, motivate, and educate. I said, I'm doing a comic book because of what it did for me.
No, and that's cool because comic books does open the world to other people that are out there just trying to, just the imagination, get it out there. And you did a good job at that. Now, we always like to have fun with stuff to discuss and ask these pet peeve questions.
Yes.
What is your pet peeve about Comic-Con?
My pet peeve about Comic-Con?
Pet peeve.
I don't really have a pet peeve about it. Only thing, well, I guess a pet peeve is, why hasn't nobody ever made a movie going on at a Comic-Con about alien invaders or demons or killers and murderers really running around a Comic-Con?
Oh, there it is.
Think about it.
It's out now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's out now.
Well, any other
I want my cut.
You want the cut?
Because my lawyer right here
with
proof that I said
he
it.
said it. Yes, this is so true.
Somebody might be writing it right
they
now, but
know,
when it
don't do it.
It's my idea.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't really have no pet peeves. I think it's a beautiful place because I remember when I first walked into the New York City Comic-Con.
Okay.
After Rick said, D, you should do a comic book, and I was like, oh, let me think about it. He said, I'm going to take you to New York City Comic-Con. So when I walked into New York City Comic-Con 3 years ago, I saw every comic book that I had as a little kid. I had that one, I had that one, I had that one. I saw every movie, every cartoon from Bugs Bunny to the Powerpuff Girls to Mighty Mouse and Underdog that touched my life as a little kid.
Nice.
And then I learned about some new stuff going on. I learned about a lot of new comic books and a lot of new science fiction. I got to really respect Doctor Who. You know what I'm saying? The show, the iconic, incredible, historic show Doctor Who and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I walked in there, it was a perfect world for me.
Got you. Well, you're doing great. I mean,
thank you.
Well, now any projects? I mean, besides the book, you got any projects?
Yes, I'm still doing music. I'm still doing music because I just love rock and roll. I love hip hop and all that. I have a new record coming out, a new album coming out. It's called DMC, but it stands for Dynamic Musical Collaborations.
Okay.
So it's me collaborating with the top rock, indie, classic rock, punk rock, and folk rock artists of the last 50 years. Next month in June, I have a song coming out with the incredible Joan Jett.
Oh, wow.
And then, then after that, I have a song coming out with Chuck D, a Public Enemy.
Oh, my God.
And my boys from Canada, there's a rock band called Slaves on Dope. So it's me, Chuck, with Slaves on Dope out of Canada on a song. And then after that, right before the album drops, I'm dropping a song with the incomparable Sammy Hagar.
Oh, my God. Oh,
yeah, and then I'm going to drop the album top of the year. On the album, I got Rome from Sublime, Mick Mars from Motley Crue, Travis Barker, Sebastian Bach, John Moyer from Disturbed, the incredible Miles Kennedy, Justin Furstenfield from Blue October. So it's all of these artists, including Joan Jett, Chuck D, and everybody. It's all of us coming together to make some fun, inspiration, motivation, education, and fun back to the music. We need that. It's good to be successbesuccessful, but everybody is so busy trying to be famous, and they're not paying attention to the quality of the content.
There you go.
And they're being very irresponsible to our younger generation.
Oh yes, and they don't
so
know
we want people to we putting things back into perspective.
Thank you so much.
You.
Well, I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And again, I'm joined with Stuff to Discuss, and I'm out with
DMC is in the place to be with Stuff to Discuss.
Thank you very much. Bye. Hi, this is Joy with Stuff to Discuss, and thanks again for watching our interviews with the Fantasia Comic-Con here in Indio, California. And don't forget to subscribe, watch more of our, red carpet interviews and our hauls, and see you soon.